Hi, everybody. Happy holidays to everyone. This is Charles Norman, Sports Solutions, LLC, the creators of AthleticSOS. And this one I want to talk about because it's the biggest question I get. We're growing incredibly fast here with the software. So many people are using it, and I'm starting to get emails, or at least our group is, info@AthleticSOS. If you want to reach us, you have some questions about the software, questions how to use it. But the biggest question I get, and I've done videos on this, I thought I've done enough. How do you know that you're the caliber of player that can get an athletic scholarship, that you can play at the next level? How do you know? Families are very interested in this. I get it from the student athletes themselves. And I've gone over this over and over again. I talk about this stuff that, the preparedness that you have to have, that you're in position to even be offered one, keep your grades up. You want the 3.5 GPA. That helps you a lot, especially if you're playing a non-hit count sport, which means you're not going to necessarily get a full ride, that you're going to get a partial scholarship. So they want to be able to give you the extra money because college is so expensive. So if you have that 3.5 and above, they can many times add the academic scholarship money to your athletic scholarship money, and it makes it more palatable for both people, for them to come after you. That you have to take the SAT and ACT tests. Take them both, because you don't know which one you're gonna really connect with, that works for you. But you want to take them both, get the best score that you can, because even though you don't need it anymore to play at the NCAA level or the NAIA level for that matter, but the ability to get into the college. So a lot of the colleges still use the SAT and ACT. Even some of the ones that we found that had taken it out of their requirements, they put it back in because the kids were coming unprepared, and they wanted to make sure that you hit a baseline, that you're at this level. And even if the school doesn't require it, it's good to have in your arsenal because it shows that you went the extra mile. If they're trying to figure out if this kid's going to come in and slack off, or they're going to come in and really be about their education, plus I don't have to look out for them, that they just go the extra mile. You want that in everything you do in life. You want to be the exception, the person that went a little bit more than everyone else. So that's a big one. You've got to get exposure. You have to play against other kids that are going to play at the collegiate level. It's just a big deal for them. They want to see you against apples and apples, right? Not apples and oranges. So you want to get that done. And then your personality, how you carry yourself, all of those kind of things are really important also. And so these are some of the things that you need to do just to be in position to get there. And then you got to have the skill set, right? You have to be able to play. But what's interesting is over the last 6 months, I've had an agreement with a streaming company, a video streaming company. One of the things that we're doing is they're putting them in facilities in different places, and they're putting them in high schools, and they're going to special events. So I've sort of moved around with them because I go in and show the families how to use the software, or I show the coaches how to help the families if they want to use AthleticSOS, how to sign up, what to look for, all the things that I know how to do. It's been a really exciting, but I'm able to sit in the back room with a lot of coaches, just high school coaches now. These aren't college coaches that I'm talking about right now. These are high school coaches, and I'm sitting in a room in the back after I've shown my part. I usually go first. After I've shown AthleticSOS how to use it, what it does, how the coaches can use it, how their counselors can use it, because there's a broader version of it than the one I offer you guys at no cost. But so I'm listening and I'm going, this is what they get excited about, that you can tell when they think that kid on their team is special. And so these are some of the things that I want you to think about, as you can kind of tell if you're that kid that is going to be able to play at the next level and hang there when you get there. These are probably my top 5. I take notes all the time. I've got about 10 or 15 of them, but these are the ones that I notice the most. First of all, the biggest thing is sports will never be replaced. The physical piece of the sports piece, that grown men and women are sitting there with jaded coaches will sit in that room. If somebody jukes somebody or fakes them out of their seat, or they trick somebody, these are grown people sitting in the room just go, and they're hitting each other. And I'm like, this is crazy. But I think that's human nature. The ability to do something special on the field, on the court, in the moment of competition, I think that is what the thrill is, the unexpected. I think that's what it is about sports. So sports will be around. So if you're worried about technology and AI and all this kind of stuff, yes, how you do it, they can have games, they can have simulation, they can do something that looks like you, but the human being, mano a mano, at some certain moment is special, because you don't know what's going to happen. That moment before is what it's all about there. So That's something I want to get out of the way because I'm always laughing. I'm watching grown people in the room hitting each other and doing all that stuff. And it's just, it's a video because they're learning how to use the video. And one of the things about this video technology they have is the software that's attached to it is what's really important. The cameras are great. You've got the cameras that have AI in them. They can follow the game. All that stuff's going on. But the ability to break down and find the special plays and things like that, make highlight videos, stuff like that, that's where it's really exciting. It's the software behind it that makes the video setup. So don't get caught up into the AI camera era where the cameras, you can just set it and forget it type thing. It doesn't matter what the cameras are, it's what you do afterwards, what you can do with the film, the video afterwards that makes the big difference. But anyway, so here are the ones that I can tell that those coaches believe that kid is special. Number one, you're an underclassman, a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, and you're dominating at the varsity level. That you come in and you're not just, and I'm talking about the regular games, right? The league games, or it's just a travel club program that's playing against another travel club program. Because on those courts, on those fields, in those environments, they're the really good players and they're the kids that are on varsity, right? They are on varsity, but they're not going to play at the next level. So there's a mix there. So if you're a freshman, a sophomore, or a junior, and you are dominating in that environment, that is a big deal to them because you hear them say over and over again, oh, this kid, I knew this kid is, watch this kid, watch this kid. And so when you start to hear that, I go, that kid could probably play at the next level. And I'm not saying it's 100% because I don't know if these kids are getting scholarship offers or not, but I'm just going by what I would think a college coach would also be looking at if they're trying to decide, do you fit at our level up here? The second one is there is a game where there are a bunch of college level kids. You know, these are high school games, but there's a bunch of college level kids there, and that lower class person fits in. So again, you got that freshman, that sophomore, that junior, they fit in.Ey're not necessarily dominating, but hey, this kid, we keep working with this kid, they're going to be something. They're going to be, you can see it. You can see it. They're not dominating those seniors or juniors, you know, if you're a freshman or sophomore, but they belong on that field of play. And especially if it's a all-star type of environment where everybody on that field or court can play at the next level, and then you fit into that is a big deal. The next one I would say would be the kid that is special at their position, like their body size. They could play that position at the collegiate level, whatever the position is, whatever they're doing. And so let me give you some of the sports that we put these cameras in, or they put those cameras in. I'm not putting the cameras in, but we've done girls flag football, baseball, softball. We've done basketball, both sides of that, and then we've done volleyball. So far, these are the sports that I've been involved in where they've put these cameras up and we're going over and reviewing the film. So those are the sports that we're looking at. In each one of those sports now, you can get an athletic scholarship. Even the girls flag in the NAIA world, it's a big deal. So don't sleep on girls flag football, you guys. And it's going to be an Olympic sport for the first time in 2028 when it comes to Los Angeles. So those are some kind of things that you want to think about. And so that this kid, their size, they could play this position at the collegiate level already. And one of the things I always tell you guys is a lot of times for kids that were good when they were younger and then maybe they're playing high school, maybe they're playing varsity, but they don't have the size. Their skill set does not match what the position they would have to play at the collegiate level. And I think that's a big one. I think that's a big one that a lot of the parents don't pay attention to, is that, yeah, your kid's good. They've got the stats. They've got everything going for them. But really, they're undersized for where they are. Now, a lot of these kids, because of their talent, their speed, the other things that they have, the intangibles that they have, college coach may take a chance on them and bring them in and then convert them to something else. But for the most part, they could play that position. And I think that's a big deal because that's where they're good at. That's where their skill set is right now. And you have a lot of kids that play out of position in high school, right? They could play this or that, or there's two-way players. So that thing is going on. But when I hear the coaches go, yeah, this kid can play, they're going to be a great linebacker at this other level, or they're going to be a great, whatever it is that they're playing, the point guard, the shooting guard, whatever it is, they've got the size for it. Those are the kind of things that I'm hearing in the back end. But here's the biggest one. And it's the one that is always, when my daughter was playing, you know, sometimes you can sit and you can see that there are moments. And that's what I'll call it. I'll call it the moment. There are moments. It's the end of the game, end of the quarter. They're playing against another really good team. It's a matchup. It's a knockout, drag out. It's whoever's going to blink first type of situation. But there is the moment. And and before we play it, like the video's playing on the screen, we're all looking at the same thing, and everybody gets hushed and everybody leans in and they go, watch this, watch number 12, watch number 2. And it's girls and boys, doesn't even matter. Everybody leans forward because it's the play. It's the play that's going to make the difference in the game. And that is it. Are you a moment player? Because that's where you know you're going to be. And it could be you're in the college and the pros are looking down. Are you a moment player? This is the moment of truth. There's an inch, you need another inch. You need a catch. You need something to keep the clock moving. You need something to stop the clock. You need a sack. You need a big play. You're down by this amount. Whatever's going on at that moment, are you the person that everybody's got their eyes on? Are your teammates looking for you to fix this? We're in trouble right now. Is it somebody that's even with you? Say it's a solo sport. You guys are going hit for hit, right? It could be golf. It could be archery, shooting, whatever it is. If somebody matches up with you, exactly. Are you the moment player? Are you going to keep the pressure? Are you going to make them blink? Are you going to make the play? And you're consistent at it. Time after time after time. Whenever that moment happens, you step up. If you're that person, you play at the collegiate level. And if you're that person at the collegiate level, you're going to play at the professional level. Or you're going to go to the Olympics. Or you're going to go to the next thing. Because that is the difference maker. That is the special ability. That is something you need to look for, that you embrace it, that everybody else is nervous to play. There's a bunch of good players on the field, on the court, in the field of competition. Everybody's there. Are you the moment player? Are you the one that they're going, watch this, they're going to make this play? I think the biggest one for me in the last few years was the Super Bowl with the Rams were playing. I think it was Cincinnati. And Aaron Donald, I remember that there was the Bengals had, I think it was 4th and whatever it was 4th and 3, 4th and 4, whatever it was. And he got there just in time to knock something. Those kind of moments. And it's a great player anyway. And I'm sure there's a million of those that we could all talk about. But in high school, are you that player? Is everybody on your team, everybody in the stands, when it's on the line, are they looking at you? Everybody's staring at you. Are you going to fix this for us? Are you going to come through for us? Are you going to make this happen? If that's who you are, you're the next level player. And that's special. And so you can develop that, I really believe. Most people might think it's instinctive. I have no idea. But there's certain people that have that. My daughter had that. And I always knew that she kind of had that thing. Now, she wasn't in love with playing the game. She just played because she happened to be good at it. That is a missing piece for her. She could take it or leave it. But when she was on the court, when she was at practice, when she was in that field, she would make she would see that. I mean, that may be it. Maybe you see the game differently than everybody else. Maybe the game is moving slower. You always hear about that. People being in the zone, things like that. You see the game different. The game is moving much slower for you. You can already see what the next thing is, especially in high school, because you have a bunch of kids there that aren't going to go to the next level. They are on varsity, but they don't have that extra thing. Like, you already 2 plays ahead of everybody. That's why I used to say things for my daughter. I go, she's already 2 plays ahead when they're playing. And I can see it in other kids, and we can see it. We can all see it, especially if you watch high school sports. You can go, this kid is way ahead of everybody else. They already know what's going on. And sometimes it's just confidence, especially if you're a junior or senior, you're on varsity, you played for a while. You just anticipate things. There's patterns that happen when you're playing the game. But sometimes there's an even matchup. You're really not that much better than that other person. And now it's the moment of truth. It's the last 2 minutes. It's the last play of the game. It's the last at bat. It's the last whatever it is. You may be the pitcher. That may be the hitter. Who's going to win here? Who's going to step up here? Who's going to not fade back and hope everything? Because it's not your fault if something goes wrong, right? Maybe you're tied. Maybe something. But you pull it out for your team. You are about that moment. That is when you can see them light up. When they're walking back on, they're ready to make that play. And sometimes it can lead to you making a mistake. It can lead to you being out of place. It can lead to a lot of different things, but you're up for it. You believe that what you have, when that ball snaps, it's thrown up, it comes in bounds, whatever's going on, you're ready for it. And you're anticipated, you already know what you got to do, and you're going to go do it. And nobody's going to stop you. Nobody's going to get in your way, and you're going to give it your all. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to get there. It's going to happen the way you want it to happen. I think that is the one piece that tells you that you're a special player, that you're going to get to the next level. And I think you can do that, because I think that's a mindset. If you have the physical skills, you have the speed, the quickness, the strength, the height, the weight, whatever, all the stuff that you need to be a good athlete, that you have that one little extra piece where that moment, you're embracing it. You want it. You're gonna come through, and you have no doubt about that. That is something you develop as mentally. That's part of who you are. Everybody else is nervous and scared, and the play happens and you slip, or you get off balance because you're trying to anticipate and all that kind of stuff. Not for you, because you're like, okay, I know what's about to happen here. I know what needs to be done, and I'm going to take care of it. I think that is the special kid. And so there's another level, though, that's just below that you can still get and play at the collegiate level, is the one where the play's about to happen and you come through, but you're not the superstar, but you always consistently come through, right? You're the kid that is the second best player on the team, or your position is not quite as important, but you're the key when that other, maybe the star player goes down, maybe the star players double team or triple team, or they're going to take them out, and now there's an opportunity for you because there's a little less attention being paid to you. But you come through constantly. Coaches recognize that too. I hear them go, no, watch what you call, because they made this happen. They made the block, or they set the screen, or they did the roll that made the other player pull over here so that this person can do what they do on this other side. If you can be that player, that may get you to the next level. So these are those little bitty things that I think you want to think about when you're watching it. So start watching film. Watch the players that play like you. I always tell everybody, there's a doppelganger for you that's playing at the highest level. You got to follow. They are you. You can see their movements, their height, their weight, everything about them is you. Follow that player, especially if they're at the professional level or the Olympic level, and look at what they do. But follow them when there's the moment. What are they doing then? Are they engaging multiple people? Are they pushing through and they're just going over? Everybody's done everything they can to put that person aside to make them not as effective. Doesn't matter. Doesn't care. I don't care what you do. I'm there. I'm going to set this thing straight. That is the player. I'm coming like a missile, right? Or I'm going to make this play, and it's going to be a big play. It's going to be that little minuscule of a millimeter of a second, half a second faster, slower, whatever. It would have been catastrophe, but I made the play. And that's the ooh and ah of things. But if you're that player, you're a collegiate player from the high school. You can see it in junior high school kids. Sometimes you can see it even in the youth leagues, that there's this kid that's got the special motor. But can you do it at the highest level against the best of the best when everything is really equal, but you can come through in the moment? I think that is the big thing. And I think that takes you into life, that confidence, that sense of, hey, we can figure this out. I'm going to come through. Don't you guys worry about it. We got this thing. That is where you want to be. All right, you guys, we're getting closer and closer to the holidays. Please, you guys, enjoy your families at this time. There's so much going on. There's so much apprehension in the air for some reason that's going on. Enjoy your holidays, especially if you're a parent and you've got these kids, you're a coach. Remember the kids. These kids are kids still. And so we want to keep them excited about just the holidays, the spirit of it, the giving piece of it, the components. I'm going to do one more video this year. I think this one will be important for you guys. Just overall, I want to do sort of a compact of this year and where we're going in 2025. 2025 is going to be huge for us. Our software, if you have a kid that plays high school sports, please, down below, I give you a code. I give you instructions for using the code. And there's a little video that shows you what AthleticSOS is. Use AthleticSOS. I am so proud. Since, I've made all these business deals during the year. They've been very quiet deals because I'm not the key player in any of them. But the software is always the star. The parents love it. The kids love it. I'm excited. I've added another piece to it that I'm going to introduce to you guys in January that I think is going to change this whole industry. I'm that excited about what's going on with youth sports, because youth sports is where everything is going to start to coalesce. And the reason I love it the most is because you, the parent, if you're watching this, you, the youth sports coach, the players there, they control their own world. At the professional level, it's corporate. It's 100% corporate. At the collegiate level, it's a complete mess right now with the NIL and the transfer portals and all of this stuff going on. I just read one of the college football teams is not going to go to one of the bowl games because 25 of their players decided to not play. They're going to transfer out because the coach didn't get rehired. That thing's a mess. They don't know what to do with it right now. NIL is not hitting the way they thought it was. Now, it'll smooth out over time, but that is all, it's turning corporate too. So college sports is turning corporate. Everybody's going to get paid starting next year. The pros are corporate. Olympics is corporate for a lot of, when you're really looking at it. But the youth sports world, that the parent controls their own kid. It's the only place where the parent still can control the flow, the journey for their own kid, and they can't control those parents. And the little travel club programs don't have to concede to the bigger programs. If they don't want to, they can do their own thing, because the players at that level, everybody wants those players on their court, on the field, in the field of competition. And the other kids want to play against that kid. And so they have to make concessions. If you got a special kid and they're on your little small neighborhood travel team, you got it made. I went through this again, like I said, with my daughter. We were able to get in things that you normally don't get into, because a couple of the girls on her team were really special players. They all went D1 and they had these, good careers. But the fact that they can't corral it is what has frustrated a lot of people in the youth sports world. Now, I know everyone is saying youth sports needs to be fixed and we need to do all these different things. And there's a bunch of groups that are making strides on that, about the coaching, about the parents in the stands getting overzealous, about the kids getting a little bit arrogant on the field and trying to showboat and do things like that. And they want to get it back to where it was. I don't think it's going to go completely back, but I think those efforts are warranted. But I think, and I've been saying this week after week after week, you guys have heard me overdo this thing. But I think where I'm going to work, where I want you guys to go with me, is that parallel journey. As they go through this, how do we make sure that when they come out of this, whether they go to college and play at college or not, that journey from 5 years old to 17 years old, that leads to them having a remarkable life. And this is part of their remarkable life, the things that they're going to do as they're making that journey, the access they have, the places that they go, the things that they see, the people that they meet. How do we take that part of it and make that special while they're still getting better at their skill, they're getting better at their sport, that they're competing, that they're becoming a special athlete so they can go as far as they can go? But what are we doing in alignment with that? And so that's where we're going to be. So anyways, that's it for this week. Guys, have a great holiday. I probably will do the next video after Christmas, that Sunday after Christmas. I think I'm going to come out and do it that day. And then, because I usually do these on Saturday mornings, but I'm going to do this that Sunday after Christmas, because I'm going to be out of town, and I'll be back in that Saturday night. And then I'm so excited about next year. I don't even know how to tell you. I don't want to break too much stuff because we're working on the software so hard. But some of the deals that I made this year, the ones that are becoming fruitful, that we're going to push on that. And I'm going to tell you about some of the events that we're going to put on. Oh, my goodness. We got a lot going on. Okay, you guys. Hope you guys stay with me as we move forward in this thing. And I want to make sure your kids really enjoy their youth sports experience. And then we're going to take them to the next level, too, if they're there and they're about that. All right, guys. Talk to you next week.